everyone, welcome back to Wandering Roots. This is Sydney. So of course the day that I'm planning on filming a garden update, it decides to storm again, yet again. So I may have to make a mad dash to run back inside sometime through this just because the rain will be coming. I can hear it, it's coming really soon. So about 2 days ago, my friend actually came and picked up her plants. So I'm no longer plant sitting 100% all my plants on my porch right now, which is really weird to see the absence of her plants and to see like my plants have more room, like my peppers have better access to the shade when I was prioritizing my shady spaces for her plants because I was so petrified of killing her plants. So my plants are finally able to spread out all throughout my porch right now. It's super beautiful to see. I love seeing my plants everywhere. I do have a few new plants added into my like porch garden. So I have a couple new ones, just not like a lot, just a couple to try to bring in some of the bees, because I haven't seen any this year at all. So I've been trying to hand pollinate my cucumbers with a paintbrush like every day for the last few days. So my only casualty that I have right now is my strawberry plant. I don't know what I did wrong, but it's officially dead. It's dead. I tried so hard to keep it alive and keep it going strong, but it literally has withered away and died. I don't know why, but it has. One new addition that I have is this beauty right here. It's so pretty. It's one of the plants that I got to try to bring in the bees. I got it from a local nursery, so I'm very glad that I got it. It's a very beautiful addition to my like porch garden. My tomatoes, as you can see, they're doing fantastic. I am darn proud of these container tomatoes. They're so tall and honestly so very pretty. I'm obsessed with these things. I hope that I get lots of tomatoes from these because holy cow, I'm so excited. Y'all hear that thunder? It's raining. There's the storm clouds. It's right overhead heading towards Rapid City. So here's my newest plant. It is a Belleza White. I probably just butchered that name. But one of the reasons why I got it is to try to bring in some of the pollinators, the bees. The guy at the pharmacy told me that it should be able to withstand the winds here in South Dakota. So I'm hoping that proves to be very true. Here is my cucumber plant. She is a beast. She's half of the 6-foot trellising sticks that I got for my cucumbers. She's about 6 whole feet, or 3 whole feet, not 6 whole feet. She will hopefully get taller. I'll be very impressed if my cucumbers get to be 6 feet tall. But my other ones are doing really, really good. They're just down in there, looking super pretty. My green beans be looking super pretty right now too. My sunflower is back here. My sunflower is looking so, so good. It's just growing. You can see it really well through there. Here are my 3 tomatoes up here on my patio. They're all doing really well. This one is my cherry one, and those 2 are my bigger ones. So I can't wait to see what I get out of these 3 tomato plants. I finally left the flowers that I've seen. I've been pulling them off as I've been seeing them, but I decided to start letting them go because I'm hoping to get some tomatoes soon. So this is my ground cherry. It's doing really well. I'm quite proud of how big and bushy it's getting. I was able to eat my first ground cherry the other day. One of the little pods fell off and I was able to eat it. It was so tasty. I love them. And then over here are my peppers. They're looking really, really good. Except for some reason those 2 in the back corner are looking a little bit rough. Other than that, the other ones look pretty great. There is my blueberry. My blueberry is actually doing really good. The fruit is starting to ripen and my husband and I, we've been eating it and it's honestly amazing. They're so tasty. So much better than store-bought blueberries. I don't know if it's just because I grew them and it's in my head, or if they're actually really, really that good. So here are my pollinating flowers that I got. I got a petunia in the middle, and then the outside two are called Double Silver Blue. It looks to be a Calabraccia. Are these little purple ones on the outsides? Or the Calabraccia? I'm probably really butchering that, but I'm trying my best. As you can see, my mint is doing really well. It's flourishing, it's getting really big and poofy. I'm absolutely in love. Cannot wait to see this grow even more. I love mint a lot, and I cannot wait for this mint to get really, really big. So the storm is officially over. The sun is back out, so it's quite bright again. All my plants survived the storm. A few of them look a little bit rough for wear, but overall they're all doing very well. I'm sitting up in my chair because my porch, which I usually prefer to sit on, is very soaked right now. We had a lot of hail come through, and I can tell you there's nothing more saddening than sitting inside your house and just staring at your door and seeing all your plants get whacked by hail. That was very disheartening. I was just sitting there like, oh my god, all my hard work flushed down the toilet just with one storm. So luckily I came out and I assessed the damage from the hail. Things are still doing really well. There are a few plants that have some extra holes in them now from the hail. It was gnarly, like it was absolutely crazy. My friend sent me a picture from downtown Rapid, because I'm like out on the outskirts, and she sent me a picture of the hail she was getting, and holy crap, it's like spiky hail, this one. So I just feel blessed that my plants weren't exposed to that hail, because holy crap, that would have just ruined. I would have been so disappointed coming out here to assess the damage after that kind of hail. The only hail I had were like maybe like dime-sized circular hail. She actually had like spiky hail. I was like, oh no, no ma'am, no thank you. But yeah, so everything's doing really well. I'm just looking at my tomato plants. They're putting off flowers, which I am thrilled about. I cannot even begin to express my excitement to try like my first tomato sandwich. I've never had one. I didn't grow up in the South. I grew up in Michigan, and maybe they exist in Michigan, like obviously I'm sure they do, but it wasn't really a dish that my family, not dish, but like food that my family really ever ate. So I've never had like a true tomato sandwich, and that was one of the reasons why, like one of my goals this year for having tomatoes is to have a tomato sandwich. So the fact that my tomatoes that I've been working so hard for are producing like flowers is like just so exciting. Like I can't even begin to describe the excitement and the relief that like I'm not completely, you know, killing my plants, that they're putting off flowers, they're growing super tall, they're surviving the hail and the wind and the craziness that is South Dakota. So it feels very nice to just see my plants surviving. I'm sure everyone who has ever gardened can share my emotions in that regard, that it's just so disheartening to see something that can ruin your plants come through like weather, and then just to come out and just to see that like, no, everything's fine, it survived, it did its job in withstanding the weather and all that comes with being outside and in nature. So I'm relieved after that storm. It was like, seems like every single time it rains now out here, you're getting hail. And it's not very relieving to know that every single time a rainstorm comes through, it's gonna hail and potentially destroy your plants. So I feel really relieved that nothing is badly damaged. My peppers are kind of taking hits here and there, but for the most part everything's pulling through, and so I'm pleased. If anybody has any tips on how to like grow strawberries, I am so open to suggestion. My strawberries have 100% died. I feel so bad for it, but yep, it is a dead plant. So I give up for this year, but if anyone has any tips for like next year, I am very much open for suggestion and help. Hopefully though, next year I have like land and a house or something to where I can plant strawberries like in the ground and just know that like I'll have future years at that like spot, like that land, that if it doesn't grow back or like maybe it'll produce later on down the road kind of thing. I'm not really sure. This is kind of my first time trying to grow strawberries and it didn't work out. Not everything does, but I think I have a black thumb for fruit. My blueberry isn't surviving very well either. It's alive still, it's producing me fruit, but it's not living very well. It's just kind of surviving. So here is my borage. It's doing really, really good. This is post-storm we just had. I came back out after. It's doing really, really good. It's looking really pretty. I've already had a few flowers bloom. This is about the third one. They fall off really easy. I've just been picking them up after they fall off and drying them out, but this is a really beautiful flower. I think it's quickly become like my favorite flower. I've never seen something that's looked like this. It's very unique, super pretty. I'm highly impressed. My husband loves this flower as well. It's become one of his favorites too. It's just something about it. It looks really, really beautiful. I'm obsessed. Here are my tomato plants that are down in my yard. They're doing okay. They could be doing a lot better. These ones are doing a lot better than these two over here. I'm not really sure why, but this one has been struggling really hard lately. I'm not positive as to why, but it just has. I'm hoping that it gets better, but I don't have a lot of hope for it. This one over here though, it's doing pretty good. It has some tomatoes put off already. I have plucked off the last ones in my earlier video, but I think I'm gonna leave these ones because I'm ready for some tomatoes. I want to see what happens. I'm ready to start harvesting and eating, so I'm not gonna pull these blossoms off because I'm ready to eat me some tomatoes. Although it looks like we have some future tomato babies right there. And this one over here has a few blossoms, as you can see right there, and right here some more tomato blossoms right up in there. This one has a few as well, looking really, really pretty in there. So yeah, overall I'm very pleased with these. These ones are more exposed to the elements here in South Dakota, so I didn't have a lot of high hope for them, but they're surprising me. They're doing pretty okay. Not absolutely amazing, just okay. Now over here is my bergamot. It is doing alright. Still adjusting. These two in the middle aren't surviving as well as everything else that's in here. I have no idea what this is. I thought it might have been part of my bergamot, but I'm starting to second guess that. I'm not really sure what it is exactly. But yeah, these two in the middle, apparently they call for full to part sun, and they're very much in full sun, so that's why they are looking as sad as they look. But other than that, the rest of them, these two are different, so that's why they look a lot different than the other ones. They're not handling as well. But I usually have to go and I just try to bend off those because they keep dropping weeds in here, and I keep having to come in here and pull all the weeds out. So this looks really pretty. This makes my heart happy. Oh, weed. I see a weed. Pull it, just put it in my yard. But yeah, this looks really, really good right now. I'm really impressed with it. Now for some reason, My chamomile here is a humongous ant attractor. I need to go get something to kill the ants because ants have been crawling all over this thing. They're just getting like in the dirt. I'm over here, I'm squashing them. There's one right there. Get off. But yeah, the aphids and the ants like this. I'm finding both on here and I'll be spraying and there's just aphids everywhere and ants. They don't really go for my borage, which is down there. They just love this chamomile. They all just migrate towards it. I don't understand. So this is my view whenever I sit in my comfy chair. This is what I get to look at every single day that I come out here on my porch. I absolutely love all my tomatoes. They're doing phenomenal. I'm highly impressed. Tomatoes smell really good even if there's not like an actual tomato on the plant. I think the plant itself smells amazing. And it's just so relaxing. Like my rosemary, my mint, all of the smells. Oh my god, words. All the smells. It's just a good way to spend your day out here on my porch. I will say that one of my favorite things to do is just to come outside and sit here with my plants and just look at them and just be out in nature, as much nature as you can get when you live in an apartment setting. But I love sitting right here at this level with especially with my tomatoes, just because they're just so beautiful. I love looking at them and just seeing how much they've grown and that I did that. Like, they're mine. I grew them and they'll get bigger, and if not, well, it's fine because it's only my second year trying to have a garden, so I'm always learning something every single day. I come out here, I'm learning something new. But yeah, I love my plants so much. They brought so much joy, such a stress reliever. So this pepper is actually the pepper that was getting eaten by that little worm. It appears to be doing really well in its recovery. It's just, it put off some more growth on top up here, so I'm really impressed. I have some high hopes for this. Although now this one over here is starting to look really pathetic and sad. And I think something's eating this one too, because if you look, this leaf right here has some holes in it. But every single time I come out here, I don't find anything munching on it. So honestly, I have no idea. I don't know if it's just sun damage or what it is. But that one's starting to look a little, you can even tell like on this leaf, it looks a little bit rough. And then this one over here also has like a hole. So I don't know if it's the hail. That's my only guess, is the hail out here is just so rough. But other than my hail prediction, I don't really have a lot of ideas for these because we don't have, I can't find any bugs on them. Although if you look, this one's putting off some more peppers and I'm gonna actually let them go. I'm gonna see what happens. I want peppers so bad, homegrown peppers, and I'm tired of waiting. So I'm gonna stop picking them off and let them go and see what beautiful peppers I can produce this year. So these are my peppers. They have water on them from the storm. My husband is really excited for this one right here in particular because it's supposed to be my basically ghost pepper, and he really loves hot and spicy things. So this is the pepper that he's been dying to wait for. He's been waiting for this whole time these things have been growing. He's very impatient. He wants to to produce some peppers for me so he can eat them. He's looking forward to this one in particular. So here's a little flower that I am so stoked for. It's very, very pretty, very, very dainty, but it's growing up here in this wonderful mess that I planted weeks ago. That is the only flower that has come up so far, and I'm impatiently waiting for the rest. This one over here looks like it's getting ready to, right there. And I have a whole bunch of little flowers in here. I just wanted a little container of joy. Woo! Did you see the little baby right there? Oh, I'm so excited! The little squirts. So this is my flowers after the storm. They did not take that very well. They're not looking too great for their first experience for a storm, but they're alive still, so that's positive. I hope that they continue to grow and hopefully not just die immediately after the storm. I'm hoping that they grow. And I like that these are like falling over the side, but they're not loving their lives right now. These little purple ones though, they're my favorite. They're so pretty. But yeah, these petunias, they're having a rough time. I'm hoping that the sun will come back out and they'll perk right back up, because as of right now, they're hating life. My rosemaries are looking really good. I have 3. This is just 2 of my 3. They're looking amazing. I'm really excited because I just went through and I harvested a whole bunch of rosemary, hoping that they'll like bush out more with me doing that. So we will see what happens later on. I'm hoping that it will help them though, because I really love rosemary. I love the way it smells. I love the way that it tastes in food dishes. To me, it's just a really good like herb plant to have in your garden. So I have 3 because I'm absolutely obsessed. Thank you for watching, everyone. See you next time. Bye. These are my babes. They're doing pretty good.